Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in the lot of Lime Ridge Automotive, standing in front of what is the Mini-Max replacement. The Mini-Max was such an iconic truck that went from plow truck at this lot with a salt spreader in the back to what is a truck that will be going to one of you very soon. We haven't gotten that information yet, but it will be coming very soon, probably just as the new year rolls in. So we were literally just standing a few videos ago in front of a whiteboard at my shop talking about what I wanted to find for 2020 race build that is. And I mentioned on that whiteboard that I wanted to shoot for 1,000 horsepower. We've built a lot of trucks that were 600-700 horsepower, usually around like 550, but never 1,000. 4 digits, 1,000 horsepower. That is a monumental mark for any enthusiast, whether it's cars or trucks. And today, we finally have the baseline foundation for that 1,000 horsepower build. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the brand new truck to the channel that's going to go through an insane transformation. Before we continue any further, I'd love to thank today's video sponsor, and that is Squarespace. So Squarespace offers an intuitive solution to build out your online brand. From websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace has you covered, and they offer an all-in-one platform to build out a beautiful website and online presence for you personally or to run your business. Now, back in the day, building a website was something that you had to hire somebody with the utmost technical abilities to do for you. It involved languages like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and you had to take all these different languages and make them all talk in the same way, which is really complicated and confusing. Definitely something that I'm not capable of. But Squarespace makes building an online presence extremely easy in a drag and drop way that's done easily but in the utmost professional manner. One thing you guys don't know about me is I actually have multiple businesses outside of my YouTube channel and my clothing company, and I use Squarespace to build the websites for those things because it makes it so simple. I don't want to spend all of my time building a website. I'd rather spend my time out running my businesses, but I need the website in order to make those businesses run as a means of informing people of what it is that I do. And what's nice about that is outside of those technical languages, there's also other things that go into a website such as SEO and optimization. Squarespace does all of that for you. They handle the search engine optimization, so when people search for you, they can find you, and they optimize automatically based on whatever device the customer is using to learn about you or your business. All automatically. It's not like when your requirements come out for a new device, such as a larger iPad or a smaller iPhone, you then have to go in and adjust it. It all happens automatically. So don't be intimidated by getting your brand online because Squarespace makes it super easy. I encourage you to do it right now because you'd be amazed at how many people right now are looking for you and they don't even know it. It's easy to claim a domain or a URL to create a custom site that matches your style. So like I said, guys, take action on those dreams, make passion a priority, and head to squarespace.com to check out your free trial. Once you've explored for a little while and you're ready to launch and put the boots on the ground, head to squarespace.com/DURTYMAXJack, first link in the description below, to save 10% off your first website or domain, or both. Just remember, guys, the only way your dreams become reality is because they have a common denominator of action. Did you guys really think that I got anything other than what it is that I told you that I was looking for? Guys, I introduced to you the very old to the world, but new to me and new to all of us, 2005 5.9 Cummins regular cab, standard cab, baby. Yes, the Mini-Max replacement is legitimately a Mini-Max replacement, except made by somebody else. So here's the truck that I have been looking for over a month and a half. Guys, I'm just gonna start with telling you right now, it was extremely hard to find this thing. You might say, Jack, it's not like it's really anything all that special. But if you're extremely immersed in the diesel industry or just familiar with Dodges in general, you know that finding one that's 14 years old in a non-rusted condition is basically impossible. Pretty much every Dodge in the market up here in the Northeast is basically like a rusty nail, or as good as a rusty nail. But this one is not, and that is why I'm so excited, boys. So let's talk about it. Obviously it's white. Now guys, real quick, for those of you that have watched my channel for a long time, you know that I like white trucks, but I was so flexible in my purchasing journey, I would have taken literally any color. The blacks, the silvers, the whites, the reds, the grays. I didn't care what it was. I just didn't want rust. And that's what we have right here. I just got to show y'all real quick. fender number 1, fender number 2, wait, there's more, fender number 3, and fender number 4. Now, if I was to sit here and tell you guys that this truck has absolutely no rust, I'd basically be completely lying, and that would be like a complete reason to just hit unsubscribe, because liars aren't cool. So I can't lie to you guys there. It's not 100% rust free, but I'd call it like 90% of the way. There's a few spots that I wanted to point out. There's this little area right here, which I'm not really sure exactly what happened with. And then back here is 2 tiny little spots. I'm not even sure if you're gonna be able to see them, but I'm honest with you guys. There's a tiny little spot right there and a tiny little spot right there that's starting to show through. But other than that, this thing is super mint. And of course, guys, did you expect anything less than a big old burnout in the grand entrance of a brand new truck that's basically going to take on a ridiculous amount of power here in the next few months? Are you surprised? Don't be surprised. So boys, this is the new Mini-Max replacement, but we can't keep referring to the Mini-Max on the vlog. Rest in peace, Mini-Max. You will be missed, but your successor is going to fill your shoes, I promise. We need to come up with a name for this thing. I just don't know what we're gonna name it. 5.9, is there something that works with 5.9? Is there something that works with Dodge? Is there something just completely ridiculous, totally unrelated that we should name this truck? I don't know yet. I'm gonna leave that up to you guys in the comment section below. Whoever picks the best name, I will send a key tag to. Mark my words. So enough about everything with the truck. Yes, you guys know that we got it, and it's absolutely awesome. I mean, it's literally so fresh. We just picked it up that I don't even have it registered in my name or anything yet. That'll happen very soon. So let's start with the inside. This is a ST trim. So that brings, wait, real quick before we go into the trims and the options and all that. Back in 2005, Laramines did exist, and I believe you could get Laramine Sports in this year. I at least know that the 0607s you could in the regular cab, but they are really rare. That would have been cool, but I kind of had to pick my battles when it came to this project. So this is an ST trim. It's got power windows, auto driver's side window, power locks, and power mirrors. Pretty stoked about that. A lot of what I was finding was not only rusted, but completely manual on the inside. It also came with fog lights, which is sweet, and this kick-ass stereo from Pioneer from the early 2000s. And, well, these seats, it's not the best, like, seat condition-wise, but we are gonna get that replaced. This is kind of just expected from sliding in and out of the truck. I mean, come on, it's like 14 years old at this point, so I can't really complain all that much. And then here we do have kind of our basic controls. We do have this nifty, handy dandy little fold out cup holder here. I mean, come on, boys and girls, living the luxury life. Plus we have this little ashtray for those smokers back in the day. But this whole cup holder thing is something I'm pretty excited about because, well, hydration nation, boys. And the dashboard is in pretty good condition. I don't believe these 3rd gens are anything like the 2nd gen trucks where the dashboards crack profusely, but it is one thing that I was looking at. And then over here, we've got ourselves some glow shift gauges. Fuel pressure, which currently isn't hooked up. We've got boost, which is hooked up, baby, of course. Let's get that boost, boys. Oh yeah, and then down here, we've got our trans temperature. It looks like we're just a little bit toasty from those gnarly burnouts that we had to do to welcome the truck on the channel. Let's unlock the doors, because if I locked myself out, I'd be kind of a little bit upset. Now on the back end here, we do have a spray and bed liner. Don't know if it was factory. I don't actually think that it was, judging by the fact there's a little bit of overspray right there, but that's nothing that I'm too worried about. At least it has a spray and bed liner. I can't say it's like perfect by any means, but that's quite all right because we're going to use it, but not for towing purpose, so I'm not really necessarily too worried about it. But on the back end here, the truck is in great shape. The bottom of the tailgate isn't rusted to hell. The bumper is actually in very good shape. Tail lights and everything on the corner of the bed looking good. And then of course up here, ladies and gentlemen, just had to show you this. Cab corners are nice and healthy all the way up and around and in, which is a very good thing. These trucks, literally anywhere that there's an edge of a panel is susceptible to rust. And I'd say 95% of the panels on this thing are mint. Now this is an early 3rd gen. I was actually looking like in the ideal world for a 2nd gen, 3rd gen, 2nd generation, 3rd generation Cummins. Does that make sense? The 2nd version of the 3rd generation Cummins, that might make sense too, with the ones with a little bit of a different headlight, but I decided to expand upon my search just a little bit because of the lack of options in the field. So you could use EFI Live on the 0607 5.9s, but you cannot use EFI Live to tune this generation, the early 3rd generation trucks. Rather, we're kind of just stuck with HP tuners, so it's not like we don't have options. I've got some ideas in mind that are gonna change that from the way that it looks right now, but more to come there. Now, the reason why we bought this truck is right here, ladies and gentlemen. It is because of the iconic bold-bodied 24-valve 5.9 Cummins. Let's just celebrate something real quick here. If we jump up and in here and we look around, we don't see anything but a turbo, a manifold, and an exhaust on the hot side, and nothing but an intake ram on the cold side. Boys and girls, this is a pre-2007 truck, and that is why it is the Mini-Max replacement, because pre-2007 trucks, well, come on, the options are endless, if you catch my drift. So I don't really know if it has modifications on it or not. I literally just got it back to the dealership not too long ago. We can look at that here in a second. Just wanted to show you guys up underneath. It is not perfect. Not perfect by any means. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys and say that I found the world's cleanest 5.9 Cummins single cab, because I literally think that they just don't exist. But this one's not really all that bad. Get you guys some shots up underneath. Could use a little bit of coating here and there, but it's not like we're in a dire situation where the frame is about to rust in half because it's just totally shot. And of course the back end, it's not bad, boys. It's really, really not that bad. Even the receiver isn't all that rusted. It looks like it was maybe painted over a little bit, but you can usually tell if the painted over rust is extremely horrid or if it's somewhat manageable. And in this instance, I'd say that this is kind of just like expected rust level, or I don't know, kind of typical in this climate. Does that make sense? So modifications wise, other than those gauges that we just talked about, it looks like it has a fat old MBRP tip on this thing. I don't know, maybe 5 to 8 inches. Very long tips, probably about 15 inches long. And then if we follow it up, it looks like we have a 5-inch exhaust of some sort on here and some sort of, I don't know, an aftermarket gooseneck hitch, because it came with a gooseneck that we bought it with. Kind of an interesting gooseneck ball configuration. Don't think I'm actually ever going to use that, so I'll end up probably pulling that off of the truck. And then behind the seats is the little factory storage cubby container. The Mini-Max actually didn't have this, but this is super nice. I can like take my drone bag, throw it back there, take my briefcase, throw it back there, throw anything else back there, maybe even build some little separators that I can put in here, keep things in a somewhat nice, tidy, and organized sense. And another really cool thing is we do have a sliding window. So that's gonna be a great way once things warm up to cut down on back pressure in this small little confined area to make cruising and listening to the wonderful sounds of things that we're gonna install even better, if you catch my drift. Now, the performance industry with diesels is somewhat dying for late model trucks. It's extremely bright right now. Why am I deciding to talk right in the sun? I don't know. Maybe we'll go over here. We'll hide the sun, and 3, 2, 1. Ho, ho, ho! Yes! That is so much better. So you might be asking yourself, are you going to be racing this truck? And the answer to that is yes and no. I'm not gonna competitively race it for any notoriety in the racing space specifically for diesel trucks. Rather, I'm gonna build a really gnarly street truck that's over 1,000 wheel horsepower. So I will be racing it, and I will be dirt dragging it, and I will be doing all the things that I did with the Mini-Max, except it's gonna make far more power, and it's gonna be an entirely new build that we're gonna do something on that we've never done to any of our trucks ever in the history of this channel's existence in 4 years. And let's just say I wanna have it ready to hit the streets once the warm weather circles around. We're right now at the end of 2019. It's been one hell of a year, and we have had a ton of fun, but we have big shoes to fill with the Mini-Max and its legacy that it left on the channel. That truck was amazing, but we never got into the tens. It made 700 horsepower. This truck right here, we're gonna build to over 1,000. And back to what I was talking about when we were in front of the whiteboard is the 5.9 block, anything under the head, is truly actually capable of withstanding 1,000 horsepower, which is insane. I had actually mentioned earlier in this video that 1,000 horsepower is kind of like that pinnacle point for any automotive enthusiast. Diesel, petroleum, anything, 1,000 horsepower is a very big deal, and I couldn't be any more excited that that's what we're shooting for. So obviously it's going to need a lot of support from air, a lot of support from fuel, and a lot of support from the transmission, and a lot of support from the suspension, and all of that stuff is stuff that we're gonna talk on. So this truck's gonna be a little bit different in the sense that it's actually gonna be kind of a build series, and today is part one. But not only are we just going to do performance stuff, we're also gonna do the whole aesthetic package, and we are going to be doing some mods to this truck that I've never done to any other truck in the past as well, and I wanna use this one as kind of a new type of content that I can introduce all of you guys to as we go through this thing from top to bottom, front to back. Oh, also, did I mention it has cab lights? It's pretty cool. So this entire engine bay that you're looking at right here is going to not really look like this for a long time, but the parts buying process begins now. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for this video. I just want to get you guys extremely freaking pumped because I really missed having a really fast truck, and I almost want to use this to also create new types of content just to show some car owners that diesel performance is a very real thing. So let me know your feedback on the 5.9. Pardon the terrible overexposed setting right now. It is getting a little bit late in the afternoon, but I will tell you what, I couldn't be any more excited about this. I have looked for this truck for over a month and a half, and it is finally here. Have you ever had the thought that like people just look at you and they're like, why is this guy getting so excited over a pickup truck? Like only true diesel enthusiasts will understand. And when you're at that level, you just get it. Now, while we're here, I wanted to provide you guys a quick little update on Blackjack. Some of you might recognize this truck. For those of you that don't, this is CJ Cassidy. He makes sure all of our polished wheel needs are met all the time. That, ladies and gentlemen, is where all the magic happens, and I swear that blanket gets darker every single time I see it. Ooh, Sean, look at your wheels, brother man. So if you guys didn't catch on to the real reason we put these wheels on this truck was not only to just roll around on something that weren't the XDs, but it was also because it would be more convenient for CJ to focus on polishing them while they were up here rather than all the way down at Peach Bottom Auto Body. And you can see right now he's putting the last one on. Plus right now his identity is slightly altered as a result of his profession.
I'm white, people, I swear.
It is a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. Insert the Mike Rowe comment right here. Yeah. My plug for you, boy. Dude, those things turned out looking insane. How are these things, man? You have any wise words for Sean, or were they not that bad?
No, they really weren't that bad. It's
kind of like routine maintenance?
Yeah.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, they were pretty good.
Mirrors, man. So I gotta ask you, brother, for the viewers, is there a wheel that you prefer to polish, Fuel, American Force, or Specialty Forge? Are they all kind of the same?
Specialties and fuels, like, they kind of shine the same, but there's differences. I like American Forces for they more like a mirror finish.
Okay.
Versus like these.
They don't have that like same reflectiveness. That's kind of what I noticed too.
They shine differently.
Is there a specific wheel that holds a polish better? The Fuels.
Yeah, the fuels and specialties.
Nice. I gotta take note of that, future reference. So we got Reed here. What's your request, brother man? Sure, it would be my pleasure. Here, I'll pass you the camera, dude. I like it a lot. I like this color. Any specific preference, brother man?
On the outside right here.
On the outside right there. Whoa, almost just fell. Boom. It's an honor, man. Thanks a lot, dude.
Thank you.
Well, I appreciate your support, dude.
Thank you.
How long you been watching the channel for?
Probably about a year now, too.
Appreciate it, dude. That one right there?
Maybe.
Ooh, dude, that's a nice truck. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know. Might have to go with another DURTYMAX, maybe.
Well, you got your options cut out for you.
Oh, yeah, there's plenty of them.
That's for sure. Sick, dude. Well, hey, thanks again for your support.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas to you, brother, man.
Christmas.
Hell yeah! Thanks for your support again, man. I really appreciate it. Guys, it has dropped literally like 10 degrees in the last 10 minutes. No joke, not being dramatic. It is cool in the air right now. It's like getting down to my bones. So now we got Blackjack out with Sean's freshly polished wheels. Kudos of CJ. If you haven't followed him on Instagram, definitely go do so. Or Sean at Peachy Cummins. They look absolutely incredible, Sean. Dude, just take my word for it. You're gonna be seeing them here soon. And then no, they're not gonna stay on this truck forever. Still waiting for my wheels to arrive. I still don't know the status of them. But like I said, all great things take just a little bit of time. We gotta be patient. It's gonna be well worth our time. But I'm not gonna lie, like, yes, it looks a little unproportional, but it doesn't look bad. And now, of course, we've got, I guess it would be like big bro with little bro if we went by the age sequence, but I guess maybe like big bro to little bro on the vlog. I mean, I don't really know. I guess it's all perspective, but we've got the Cummins bros hanging out. And it's good to have this one here on the channel. I'm excited. I'm very, 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 very excited. So look forward to a little bit of a different type of content with that truck right there. Going into 2020, guys, there's so much stuff that I want to accomplish that I haven't accomplished yet. One of those things is crossing 1,000 wheel horsepower. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it soon, and it's gonna be amazing. So stay tuned for the Minimax winner announcement that will be coming up very soon. Dream Diesel giveaway number 8 will be launching sometime in the new year. But in the meantime, I just ask that you guys enjoy this time of the year with your friends, your family, and the people that matter most. And I also wanna send a special thanks to those of you that are not with your families this time of the year, our first responders, current military personnel, and everybody else that is working during the time that everyone else is off. So that's where I'm gonna end this video. My likely to love you guys. Do what you do best. Tap that subscribe button if you're excited about 1,000 wheel horsepower with that truck right there. And yeah, lots to come. And I will see you all in the next upload. Guys, by the way, that's his real skin color, if you were curious.